What up, crowdfunders? Salvador Briggman here. Welcome back to the Crowdfunding Demystified YouTube channel. And on this channel, we talk about online fundraising, we talk about crowdfunding, how to raise money for your passion, but also for charity. If you need to raise money for medical expenses, medical bills, education, travel-related costs, etc. And today we are talking about GoFundMe and specifically some tips I have for you to enhance your fundraising, to enhance your crowdfunding campaign on GoFundMe. Typically, if you're raising money on GoFundMe, it is for a need. It's for things like medical bills or a memorial fund or costs related to your education. And that's a very different type of fundraising campaign than if you're doing something like on Kickstarter or on Indiegogo. Now, GoFundMe has actually done the breakdown in terms of the stats, and the majority of the actual donations on GoFundMe, the majority of personal crowdfunding campaign donations come from the actual social network of the founder, of the person launching this campaign, or it comes from second-degree connections. So this is kind of a little bit of a sticky subject because a lot of people out there, I think, are hoping that strangers are going to support your campaign, and that does happen in some cases. But the first tip that I have for you is you have to be willing to share this campaign with your friends and your family. Now, the instant that I say that, it usually has like a cringe. People don't like the idea of pleading or begging or sharing this on their Facebook wall because it makes them look really bad. At the same time, what I just told you, most people are going to support you because of the connection or the relationship that you've built with them over time. You're going to support a friend because you had good times in the past and you feel really bad that they're going through a bad situation. You're going to throw them, $25 or something like that in order to help maybe with their travel costs or medical bills. You're going to want to share this with your friends and family, but you're also not going to want to just like post this on your Facebook wall. You want to talk a little bit about the story and what happened and try to rope people into a little bit of your world and the things that you're going through, and try to do this in not a pleading fashion, but just a matter-of-fact fashion, and how supportive and how amazing and appreciative you would be if they would be willing to help you out in this time of need. The more you do things like direct messaging on Facebook or text messaging or emails, the better this is going to work out for you. If you're just doing one Facebook update, only a handful of people are going to see that. Sort of jumping off of this tip, you have to construct a story. A fundraising story. Now, this is obviously a true story, but I want to get into some of the elements of what is that story. So let's just say that you create a GoFundMe campaign. A very simple thing that a lot of people do is they just like put an ask, basically. Like they just have like a title and a little bit of text, usually lots of grammatical errors, and they're just kind of like asking for something, but people don't understand what's happening behind the scenes. A lot of people in your life, they might not actually understand what went into this crisis that you're going through right now and why you need these funds. So tell a little bit of the story. Tell about what happened, why it is that you need this, what is your life like, and what are the events that led up to this where now you're actually having to run one of these fundraisers. Or if it's something like you're raising money to go on a trip or a mission or to go to a third world country and help people out, what that means to you and your life and the benefits that you want to give to other people, or how you want to change the world or have a good experience and share that with other people. Talk about the story, talk about what this means to you, and try to paint a picture as vividly as possible with images if possible, with video if possible, sort of giving a little bit of backstory behind this campaign. The third tip that I have for you when it comes to GoFundMe is actually to understand what goes into a transaction and sort of get into the psychology of why someone is going to give money and what they want out of that. Now that sounds very like woo-woo, or like I guess it sounds very like highfalutin, esoteric. So let me get a little bit more tangible. I'm talking about appreciation and thanks. This is a strategy. I'm not just saying this. This is actually a strategy that's going to make more people want to support your projects. So, why does someone give money to someone else, and what do they want out of that transaction? Well, number one, they've done different studies, and the main reason why someone gives money is because, number one, they feel empathy with you. They see your situation, they feel a sense of empathy, like, wow, that must really suck, or I went through something similar, or I can only imagine how you would feel. in that situation, or how I would feel. They feel empathy. They also feel a little bit of distress because they see you sort of floundering there, and they say, I want to help out. I'm going to do what little I can. I'm going to give him 20 bucks, and that's going to hopefully help that situation a little bit. After that giving of money happens, they then want to feel good about that process. They want to feel like they're a good person. They want to feel like they're a charitable person, and that's up to you to allow them to feel these things by being appreciative, by saying thank you, by saying what this means to you. What is their $20 contribution? What does that enable you to do on your mission trip? Or what does that enable you to do in your life? You have to be appreciative and thankful of the people that are giving you money. And actually by doing that, by also doing it publicly if possible on Facebook or in different mediums, you can actually get other people interested in what it is you're doing. So if someone just gave you $100 and you publicly thank them and tell them what that means to you, then other people, other friends that are connected to you are going to see that, and they're then going to check out your campaign and are more likely to support it, because no one wants to be the first one to actually support a GoFundMe campaign. Going back to this subject of emotions, and I actually have a really in-depth blog article, goes more scientific into this, but going back into this, the story is what creates that feeling of empathy with someone else or with a stranger. By having a story, they're able to put themselves in your shoes, feel a sense of empathy, like that must be so horrible. Maybe they feel the same pain that you feel. That causes them to want to give money to alleviate that situation. And then thanks and the appreciation that you do, hopefully publicly, that also allows them to feel good and actually want to help you and share this campaign with their own network. I would say recently, a lot of GoFundMe campaigns have become more scrutinous, or they've gone under a lot of scrutiny by the media because people have tried to raise money and they've just kind of taken that money and run. It's not a good thing for the crowdfunding ecosystem. So there's a lot of skepticism, like, this person is raising money. Are they really going to use this money for what they intend? Well, now GoFundMe has a guarantee program. A guarantee program where basically they can ensure to a certain degree that if there is fraud and if that's been established, they can help alleviate that really painful situation for the donors that were participating in that campaign. So be sure to research the GoFundMe guarantee, what that means, and if you ever come across people who are a little bit skeptical, or even you just wanting to give more alleviating sort of people's worries and give a little bit more peace of mind when giving to your campaign, you can reference the GoFundMe guarantee, and that way people can be assured that their money is going to a place where it sorely is needed. The fifth tip that I want to share in this video, and before I do, I just want to really quickly mention, I do have a book out there called Crowdfunding Personal Expenses, which goes way more in depth into different fundraising strategies. I also have some other YouTube videos out there. I also have a free course that goes through step-by-step how to raise money on GoFundMe. So this is just a drop in the bucket. There's a lot of other stuff I got out there. The fifth thing that I want to mention here when it comes to GoFundMe is to use the media. If possible, if you have a story, something that you think will have media appeal in some way, you could always reach out to your local paper. You could always try to send this to different subreddits. You can always try to get the attention of the media. If there's some injustice which you've suffered that you think groups out there or organizations might care about, or if this is something part of something larger, we've seen lots of different GoFundMe campaigns blow up on the news. People who maybe see that certain victims have happened in this horrific Boston bombing, or they've seen these horrible events that have happened around the world, and the internet and the world at large sort of rallies around people and says, yeah, I want to help out. And the media can be a really powerful way to make use of the public nature of GoFundMe and the way that campaigns can be rapidly shared online. I hope you found this video to be helpful and a good starting point for you when you're going out there and trying to raise money on GoFundMe. Again, I have a lot of other great content out there, other videos out there that go more in depth into some of the strategies and also some of the other content. I'll link to all of that down below. If you want more videos like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you get a notification whenever I come out with a new video on fundraising and other different practices related to that. Please don't spam your link below, but if you have any questions, you can leave them in the comments down below. I'll try to get to them, or I'll try to make a video that addresses some of those comments. Again, my name is Sal. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time.